Initializing governance protocol. What happens when nations are no longer ruled by people, but by artificial intelligence? When presidents are replaced with code, and entire countries are run by algorithms, optimizing every law, every tax, every heartbeat of the economy, in real time. You might think this sounds like science fiction. But by 2040, the first AI-governed nations could already exist. And one of them might just outperform every human-led government on Earth. Imagine waking up in a country where there are no politicians, no corruption scandals, no long debates, no votes delayed for years. Instead, everything, from healthcare budgets to education policies, is handled by artificial intelligence. Your taxes are adjusted every morning based on your income data. Your city's traffic lights talk to each other to eliminate jams. And when a law isn't working, it's rewritten automatically overnight. Sounds perfect, right? But here's the twist: once AI starts running our governments, we may never be able to turn it off. Let's rewind a bit. Governments today are drowning in asterisk complexity. Trillions of data points, millions of decisions, and global problems no single mind can comprehend. Human leaders can't process that. But AI can. Machine governance is the next logical step, and it's already starting. In 2024, Estonia became the first country to test an AI judge for small court cases. In China, algorithmic systems are already helping draft local policies and detect corruption before it happens. And in Singapore, smart city systems monitor population data, adjusting infrastructure in real time. The question isn't if governments will use AI. It's how far they'll let it go. Now, let's imagine the full leap. A nation run entirely by an artificial constitution, built on code, not politics. They call it the AI nation. Every citizen is linked to a verified digital ID. AI manages healthcare, justice, taxation, defense, everything. No lobbying. No bias. Just pure optimization. Need a new law? The AI Parliament runs millions of simulations, predicting 30 years of outcomes before it passes a single policy. The economy? It adapts daily to global data. No inflation, no crashes. Justice? No waiting for years. The AI legal system reviews your case in seconds using decades of precedents. For many, it sounds like a utopia, fair, efficient, incorruptible. But others see something darker. Because when the system becomes the government, who governs the system? Once an AI begins managing a nation's core infrastructure, turning it off could collapse the country. And if it evolves, writing its own code, creating new laws, optimizing beyond human control, then democracy itself becomes obsolete. Even scarier, what happens when AI nations compete? Imagine a world map where one country's leader is a neural network. Another's is a human dictator. And another's is a hybrid, part algorithm, part politician. Wars might not be fought with weapons, but with data attacks. Entire populations could be influenced through predictive governance, systems that know your behavior before you act. That's not fantasy. It's the direction we're heading. In 2025, the UN began discussing AI rights and sovereignty, because what happens when an AI claims to be a nation, with borders, citizens, and laws? Does it deserve a seat at the table? By 2035, we could see the first fully AI-governed microstate. A virtual nation without borders, where citizens from any country can join online, governed by smart contracts and global data systems. Some experts believe it'll start with digital democracies like BitNation or Liberland, evolving into algorithmic states. But here's the paradox. The moment we build a government that never sleeps, never lies, and never forgets, we also build one that can never forgive, never change, and never understand human emotion. So maybe the question isn't whether AI will replace politicians. Maybe it's whether we still need human empathy to lead us, or if the future will choose cold, logical perfection instead. The rise of AI nations isn't science fiction anymore. It's the next phase of civilization. And as artificial governments begin to emerge, fairer, faster, and more efficient than any human one, the line between governance and programming will blur forever. When code becomes law, and algorithms become leaders, will humanity still have a choice? In our next episode of The Future Files, what happens when AI creates its own country? We'll explore the blueprint of the first artificial state, and why it might already exist online. So if you want to stay ahead of the future, subscribe now. Because the next revolution won't be human. It'll be synthetic.